is going on YouTube? If it's your first time here on this channel, we mainly go over, some detailed stuff. I'm in the detailing, auto detailing business. I talk a lot about that stuff. I show you guys some of the tools and products that we use. We do reviews and basically talk about getting into the business, since it's kind of like our year in business of my company. 27 years old, and started this detailing business in COVID. So 2020 we started out, and due to marketing, advertising, and obviously some of our prices we threw deals on them and stuff like that, so to get people in and kind of help out with the whole COVID situation, kind of sanitize everybody's car and stuff, because your car is kind of one of those breeding grounds for germs and stuff, because you're in and out of it every day. But like, getting back to the point I was trying to get to, if this is your first time on the channel, please subscribe. It helps out the channel a lot in many ways. We throw links down into the description of what the tools we use and the products, the reviews and stuff like that. But in this video, I got a couple people actually asked me this, like, kind of over a period of time, and so I decided to make a video. Obviously, I'm on my way into the shop right now, but as you can tell by the title of this, what do you kind of look for, and even if you're in the detailing business, a tinting business, if you're in the body shop business, let me turn this. There it is. If you're in the body shop business, if you're in any kind of business that has to do with, cars in general, or, boats, or even if you're just looking for a space to rent, if you have like an online or a real estate business, this is kind of general. I'll kind of give out general tips for those people, but mainly for those shop people who are like, working on things. Now, I will definitely link the video of my shop video on here. But when we were going through the COVID times and stuff like that, we started getting, we just started blowing up with customer after customer. And I live in St. Louis, Missouri, so the weather here, we get all seasons, in St. Louis. We can mess around and get a sandstorm, tomorrow. But just being funny, we're in the Midwest, so we literally get every type of weather there is. It could be hot and sunny one day, and then later that night it could rain or something. But anyway, so knowing where I live, knowing my location and stuff like that, we started off doing a mobile business, but I knew that it was either find a new job for the winter in the rainy seasons, which is kind of like April, March-ish, but it was either find a new job and actually work for somebody, for somebody in a company, or get a shop. It's cutthroat that, like, there's no gray area, no nothing. Oh, maybe we can, just stay home for this week if it's raining all week, and then go. No, I bought a house, I had a kid. You got to get out here and chase your dreams, man, and that's what I'm trying to get out there and push with those motivational detail videos. But anyway, when I was looking for a shop, I know St. Louis kind of like the back of my hand, and I know kind of like, you have those expensive areas. Sorry about that. You have those expensive areas, and then you have, kind of like the cheap areas where, kind of like the areas kind of run down. What I did was try to stay in between those two, so when you're looking for a shop or office, try to stay in between. Like, if you have the money in the capital for it, if you have business credit lined up, all that, go for it. Go ahead and get that, 2,000 square feet, whatever you need. But for us starting out, for my company, I knew I wouldn't need a lot. So the shop we have now is 1,600 square feet. And I'm pretty sure, I want to say maybe not 8. It might be a little bit more than 800. 800 of it might be, Well, no, 600 of it might be office and, you know, waiting room space. That's what we kind of use it for. But in total, it's 1,600 square feet. I really don't know the office square footage, but as you guys see, I'll see on the link, it's pretty good. But when I was looking for this place, I wanted to be in the middle, like not directly in the middle of the city, but middle enough to where it's right next to two major highways, and I do mean major highways. So you can get to us pretty quickly. It's in a well-known area. The surrounding areas is a lot of thriving businesses, a lot of growing businesses, a lot of businesses that have been there for years, and it was just all around like you know, knock out of the park, you know. This is everything that I looked for, you know. You also, I mean, it's kind of like when looking for a house, you know. You want to have location. You want to be close to a major highway. You want to be, you know, in the vicinity of like anybody to get to you from all locations. So anybody can get to our shop, which I loved about it. Two major highways, like I said, a major street right there. We're right next to a Walmart, a Home Depot. We got two auto zones down there. We got, you know, a bunch of mechanic shops down there. We have a couple, you know, car rental businesses over there. And so, and it's funny because within about, I want to say 25 miles, there are, I want to say at least 3 or 4 other detail shops right there. So we're all pretty close to each other. They probably know our presence, you know, we're ranked on Google and stuff like that. And, you know, we're definitely in the top 10 of, you know, detailers in St. Louis. So, I mean, we pretty much see each other. I see them, you know, riding around in their cars, and they see us riding around in our cars. But besides that fact, whatever you are doing in there, like I said, if you're just doing tinting, you really don't need too much. You just need those outlets. So if they got enough outlets in there, or when you're looking for that space, definitely tell them to install those outlets, install those lights. Try to get the bang for your buck. You want to make sure they do everything fresh, have everything new in there before you move in. Because if you don't and you sign that contract, then you'll have to pay for that out of pocket, pay for them to install it. Kind of get a little ahead of myself right now, but I'm trying to like piece this together as I'm coming to the shop. Forgive me for this, guys, but I'll give you an example. I wish I would have bought this. I just recently bought a bigger air compressor for my shop, and I'll shoot a video on this soon. But I had to get a 230 volt, you know, 15 amp in there. But they had to come in there and install it. I've already been in the space for about a couple months, so obviously I got to pay them the time and, you know, the labor and the equipment and stuff that they've used. So I got to pay for that. But if I had recognized that and knew that I was going to be doing that in the future, I would have definitely told them, hey, can you install this before we move in? And, you know, it would have been all included in there. Like I said before, make sure the lights is working, you know, running water. Make sure you have hot and cold AC in there. Make sure everything just looks good. If you want it repainted, tell them to repaint it, you know. You're about to invest in yourself, so you need to take all the necessary precautions and everything to protect yourself, you know. Make sure everything's working. If you see a hole, a crack, you know, ask them about it. There's no, you know, you're not gonna hurt yourself asking about it. You're only gonna hurt yourself if you don't. So if you don't understand something, then check it out. And like, another major thing is, bring a small electronic, you know, test every outlet there. You want to test every outlet there to make sure everything works fine, every switch works fine, know where the breaker box panel is, you know where all the switches are for everything. You want to test out everything before you move into the space and make it your home, because these, you know, these shop space or office space, they're like, you know, minimum 3-year leases, so you're going to be locked in at this rate. Now, going off of that last one, the rate, you definitely want to talk to them, you know, make sure they know, like, and this is kind of like a hint I give people, and I'm gonna try to keep continue to do is I tell them, hey, look, we're starting out. We're a fresh business. We've only been in business for like, maybe 6 months to a year. So, kind of like, I don't want to say finesse, but work the system and it'll work for you, man. And you'll kind of get what I mean by that when you go in there and actually talk to somebody and try to get it done. What else? See what your rates can get down to, and kind of do a Google search, or like do multiple searches on like, how much square footage does this cost to get? Like I pass places all the time that say, hey, we got 1,000 square feet for sale. We got 2,700 square feet for sale. Me personally, when we started off, it was just 2 of us. I don't need 2,000 square feet to, run a business. I need a space where I can fit 1, 2, 3, maybe 4 cars in it. And, if it's tight, okay. If we got to move cars around and bag them out, that's okay, because we're just starting out. But now that, my company's growing, we got 5 employees right now. So we're still in this space because we're locked in for 3 years. But there's actually a space, the guy left the space next door to us. And so I asked him, I said, hey, what are you doing with that? They immediately told their boys to go over there, start cleaning it out, this and that. And, I'm kind of talking to him, seeing if I can get that space connected with mine as well. So then that'll be 2 spaces. I will have 2 spaces open for 1,600 square feet. So we're talking about that now. I'm not too sure if I'm going to do it. Like I said, the money has to be right for that. And guys, that is the major key point. The money has to be right for you guys to do this type of thing. If you're just now starting out in your business and you only made maybe $3,000-$5,000, you don't want to jump into something like this. Stay at home, do your mobile, until you build up that revenue, until you feel like, you can achieve this type of situation. And that ultimately goes off of your situation, your personal situation. If are you living in an apartment? Do you have a house? What's your car note? What's your mortgage? What's your phone bill? What's your expenses? You really have to sit down, by yourself or with your significant other, and like kind of plan out this, because this is like a second mortgage that you would have. It's a second car note that you would have, depending on the space and the size. If you're just going to get like a small office, then yeah, it might be a couple $100 a month. That's like a car note. But me, I'm paying like 1,000 something for mine. Obviously it just went up. I got them down lower in the beginning, but like I said, we're getting to about being here a year. But you want to ask these questions. You want to get everything figured out. Don't sit back and wait. I would say that if you feel like your business is running faster and moving faster and you need the space right now, definitely get out here and search. Now, the ways that you want to do searching, which I probably should have mentioned this in the beginning, but you can go on Facebook and go to Marketplace and just type in, spaces for rent. You'll have a couple pop up. You'll see some, not too many people post it right there. Because with these spaces, they ultimately want you to get out there and drive around and look for them. So what I mean by that is, you'll see a couple on Google pop up. I think loopnet.com or loopnet.net is one of the places that you can like kind of search your city and see what's out there. But what I found most beneficial is driving around in those areas. It's kind of like looking for real estate. If you guys are thinking about getting into real estate, if you know about it, it's kind of like looking at that in a sense. It's kind of like driving for dollars. So you want to drive around in potential areas that you would want to see yourself in within 3 to 5 years, locked in. So I drove around to a couple areas, and you'll see some kind of in the back, ducked off. Now that's your preference. If you want to be out on a main street, you know, if you're like selling hair or selling electronics or something like that, you want to be out on the main street so people can see you. My shop is kind of next to the main street, so right here in the back, there's actually a dealership right here, but right in the back, right here behind me, over past this dealership in this building right here, there's actual main road. So to get to my shop, which is right here by that white van, to get to my shop, you just have to drive down the street and you'll get to us. So it's no biggie. You just give customers the address and stuff like that. But like I said, it's your preference. If you want to be seen, known, you know, have a big sign up. Right now I don't have a big sign up. I just have, you know, vinyl stickers on my windows to say, you know, our company name, our business hours and stuff like that. But long story short, you really have to drive around to those potential areas. And like I said in the beginning, you want to find those areas that are in the middle. You know, if you have to go a little bit farther out because it's cheaper, you know, I guess do that. But you know, whatever works in your budget, make it happen. You know, if you got to go further out, if you can move further in, it's whatever is up to you. But like I said before, you're really gonna have to get out here and drive around to those areas that you would potentially want to work in. Now, there's areas out there that I will say, lastly, there's areas out there that are like meant for that, like that are thriving, and you kind of want to get in those. Like, find an area that has been in business a long time, you know, or a company that has been in business a long time. They're doing well for themselves. You want to get in that middle ground right there, and if it works for your budget, I would definitely pull the trigger on it, definitely. So that's all I got for you guys. I don't want to make this video too long. Remember these key things from this video, which is know your budget, you know how much your cost of living is, 1. 2, drive around, see which potential areas, you know, that you would want to set up shop in or look for an office in. 3, when you get in there, you know, pick about 4 or 5 places, go in there, test them out, test out different sizes. Like I said, I checked out 1,000, 1,600. I checked out an 800 square feet one, and then there was a 2,700 square feet one. Check out different sizes, different places, get different rates from different people. You know, kind of see what their motives are, and tell them your motives as well. 4th thing to do is to definitely check out all the outlets in there. Make sure everything is needed in there. Make sure you can set up camera system. Make sure you can set up, you know, Wi-Fi. Just ask them a bunch of questions and see if they can do it for you. You know, if you need to put in a ventilation system, how much would that cost? If you need to put in a washer and dryer hookup. I'm just trying to think here, like, can you put in a lift for car lifts? You know, how much would that be? Just, you want to know your expenses before you spend, you know? So definitely plan out for that. 5th, I would say, is double check everything and, you know, pull the trigger on it, follow your dreams, and try to stay in between a three-year contract. That's kind of a sweet spot. You know, you can't really predict the future, but try to stay in that 3-year contract range, just so you'll be kind of safe and have a little cushion there. And also with that, do the math on that as well. Like, know how much you'll be spending at the end of 3 years. So in total, it'll probably cost around a new car, you know, $45,000 or something like that. Like, okay, over 3 years, I'm spending $45,000 with these guys, but I could potentially make this if I get the shop. So know your pros and cons when you're moving into a shop or an office space. And I'm trying to see here, is there anything else? Hopefully this video has been helpful for you guys. I think that is it. If you guys have any more questions, like I said, I don't want to make this video too long. It's already at 20 minutes. But if you have any more questions, hit the comment below, and go out there and make your dreams happen, man. And if it's your first time here, or if you've been watching my videos, definitely subscribe. I will definitely put out more business type videos like this. I just have to get around to it. I've been getting pretty busy. We're working our ass off over here, you know, trying to stay afloat, trying to stay in this game. But like I said, subscribe, and we will see you guys on the next one.